Hi everyone and welcome to Cuenca. Cuenca is a historic medieval city in some parts. In fact, it's a UNESCO World Heritage City. It's in the Castilla La Mancha region of Spain, and it's going to be our base for the next 3, possibly 4 videos. And I hope you'll enjoy this video and this series of videos. If you do, and you're not already a subscriber, then please consider hitting subscribe. And if you're already a subscriber, thank you very much, I appreciate that. Okay, so as I said, Cuenca is going to be our base for the next 3, maybe 4 videos. Going to be doing some exploring and photography in the old city, which has got some beautiful buildings, narrow streets, the kind of things you would expect from an old Spanish city. But we're also going to be heading out to some nearby areas, some beautiful natural landscapes, at least I hope they are, I believe they are, and seeing what we can find to photograph. Today is going to be all about exploring in and around the old city, but before that let's talk a little bit about yesterday, because yesterday we arrived, we drove up, took about 3.5, nearly 4 hours to drive here, and we arrived middle of the afternoon and went straight out to try and find something to shoot at sunset, which didn't go quite the way I was hoping. Okay, this is disappointing. One of the main things I was really hoping to photograph here is the famous hanging houses, which are behind me. But there's all scaffolding and netting up. I don't know if I can find a better angle from another direction to shoot them, where I can take that out. But at the moment, yeah. Oh well, we'll keep on looking around. Okay, first afternoon here in Cuenca's proving to be a bit of a challenge. The original plan was to go up, scout out around the hanging houses. Not as easy to find as I was hoping, and then when we actually got there we found that not only is there a load of work going on the houses, so it's got all scaffolding and that on, but the route near it is also closed off, so we couldn't get down to the bridge. Wait for the bus to go past. So now we're heading quickly down to the river. It's just over an hour before sunset. If anything happens, we've got a lot of cloud, but also light breaking through. So, you know, it could work well if I can find a composition. So trying to get down to the river, hopefully get a view across the river to the old city. We'll see. Good. Sube. Okay, so I found this scene here on this bridge overlooking the river, looking up to some buildings up on a hillside here on the edge of Cuenca. Right up on the top of the hill there's a monument with a cross. I've got set up here now with a portrait orientation, probably about 21-22 millimeters on the 16-35 lens. Circular polarizer on to try and make these beautiful yellows and oranges in the trees pop, but not dialed in all the way because I want to keep some of the reflections in the water. And I've got a 2-stop soft edged ND grad on to try and darken the sky. Okay, so that image on the bridge was shot about 30 minutes before sunset, and we carried on rushing around looking for another composition to shoot if the sunset was nice, but it wasn't. It was the clouds moved in, there was no light, there was no colour, and to be honest we were quite tired after the drive and quite a lot of walking around already yesterday, so we ended up chilling out in a bar with a beer and rest and recuperation ready for today, because there's going to be a lot of walking around today, exploring the old city of Cuenca. Anyway, let's get on and start seeing what we can find. It's amazing what you can find in little out-of-the-way places if you keep your eyes open. Just found this little waterfall right by a bridge. We're quite near the old town still. Some beautiful leaves in the pool of water in the front. And I've just set up a composition with, try not to fall over, the leaves in the foreground, some rocks, and then the waterfall in the background. I'm trying to make sure that I don't include sort of any of the bridge and the sign and everything that's up there. I'm going to have to stand up. Oh, a bit wobbly. I've got the tripod low down, circular polarizer on, which is helping to take a little bit of glare out of the water, but what it's also doing is just extending the exposure time a bit. At F11 I'm getting half a second, which is giving me really silky smooth water. Because I'm really close to the foreground, even though the background isn't far away, I do need to focus stack. So I'm going to do one shot focused on the waterfall, one on the rock in the middle ground, and one on the leaves right in the foreground. So I should have said 16 to 35 lens at, wait for it, about 21-22 millimeters. Okay, so that's the end of the first video here in Cuenca, and if you're wondering what it looks like from a distance, that's it down there. The old town, hanging houses, the bridge, the cathedral, all the way around there. Why, you ask, am I up here? Well, I'm scouting out a possible location for either a sunrise or sunset shoot, but that is going to be for the next video. I hope you've enjoyed this one. If you have, oh, the wind suddenly got up. If you have, please consider giving it a like or a share or both. And of course, leave me a comment, let me know what you think. And don't forget about the subscribe button if you're not already a subscriber. Don't forget to tune in for the next video. And until then, I really appreciate you taking the time to watch. So thank you very much, and bye. And right now, it's chucking it down with rain. Okay, it's raining quite a bit now. There is thunder, sound of thunder rolling in.